power like Big Chuck.
What's the status, 3?
I'm good, just making the world a better place, that's all.
Check it, yo. I always be analyzing to see who's fake. People acting Janice, running around two-faced, talking behind my back until they put in their place. You're a two-course meal without saying grace on the internet. Talking shit through your fingertips, talking high power till your shine is eclipsed. Trying to ride a wave until your mind is seasick. Cement shoes and your ankles tied with 3 bricks. This isn't Grand Theft Auto, this is real life. I will piss on your grave and throw dick to your wife. This is a warning mixed with some advice. You might be king, but I'm the ace of spades, and you just reneged. This is food for thought, bitch, eat a grenade. This is what people want, to be treated like dirt. I tried being humble, but that was absurd. All the brainless bitches flock together like birds, pecking for crumbs until they merge with the crossroads and chuck the demi-urge. I think they had enough, I took the trash to the curb. Let the torture begin and watch them burn. Here's the urn.
It's hard to keep it real with fake people. They can take love, mix it with hate, and make evil. I'm staring at 50 shades of gray people. It's a grand deception. Like K-Reno, they are who they say they isn't. On the internet, spreading everybody's business through a troll account. Talking foul, not knowing what goes around comes around. The flat out truth is the energy change when I come around. I guess London Bridge is falling down. Hey people, stall him out. We know all about the narrative painting. To control the clout, they gatekeepers trying to stop the ones trying to awake people. HOTC. Between earth and God, I'm a byproduct. I come from a family of hustlers. That byproduct, money is the root of all evil. But I'm still trying to find a large profit. It's a mirage, they live in a facade. I was smoking thigh, had a talk with God. She told me why she named me John. I author scriptures to shed light on the darker picture. If you my dog, I'm barking with you. Be feeling the star wisdom. My homie Chuck told me it was giants on earth before me. And chemtrails, we inhale. That's another story.
Alright. My bad. What's up, Yahweh? Been seeing a lot about this I didn't know it was 33 years to these LA riots. It's a little fishy. That's pretty much these people's downfall. It's their stupid fucking dates and signs and all that shit. That's their downfall, which is a good thing. Is they're always using fucking numbers. I seen a video of a chick on a bike, and she drove into the police. Like, come on. Anyone else, they would have fucking shot him down. If I drove a bike into the police, they would have unloaded clips. But this chick drove the bike, tipped it over, and just so happened to have 33 on her back, which I guess can be symbolism. They're going to use these riots to bring in, I forgot the name of that shit again, that computer. Face recognition, all that, to where all your information will come up. That's terrible. Who wants to live in a society like that, man? And then we got newer generations that be like, whoa, we ain't doing nothing wrong. What does it matter? It matters. What do you think about these riots? You remember, how old are you, Yahweh? You were young when, were you even born yet when the other LA riots happened? I remember them shits. I think I was 33. Yeah, I was like 9, 10. Yeah. I was like 9 or 10.
If it's not in my real life, man, it's like I'm false witnesses, man. Richard Pryor, did he pass away from an overdose or something like that?
Oh,
Richard Pryor.
I think so.
Okay, so due to I wasn't there and I didn't see it. My thought of how it looked, I'm making it up. So false witnesses. So that he's on TV, man. It's a TV. It's a TV. Man. It's not. There's no one hurting people there. It's a TV. It's magic to me. It'll make you. It's to tell you a reason. It can make you see things that don't exist. I don't know how to say it.
It's an illusion. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the television's the ultimate magic. So is technology. That's all magic is the master of the elements.
Yeah.
You put the elements together, you get technology, and people think it's magic, which it is. It's one and the same.
Yeah. Like the Eiffel, like Paris is the Eiffel Tower. But that's all I know about this. I don't know. I don't know anything else. So when I think of Paris, I think of the Eiffel Tower. When it's possibly more than just that.
Because
or LA look like Compton, like Compton look like NWA.
Peace, Anna K. Good to see you here. Eyes wide shut. I didn't even know fucking LA was having riots. Tell you the truth, that's wild. You know, when I heard it, I go, for real?
Yeah, I didn't even see that. I haven't seen those videos on it at all.
I seen a few that people are debunking it through Gematria. I mean, yeah, Gematria, whatever. I mean, it works. I can't say it don't. Gematria, sure. I mean, it's not a coincidence. Just like Gangstar died on 4/19/2006. But if you look at April 19th, that's a satanic sacrificial day, which is odd to me.
How do you know that?
Because I was looking up my birthday, and it falls on fucking one of the biggest. I was born on the biggest satanic days. That
How you know?
I'll show you. I'll pull it up in a minute. And I was born on Easter Sunday, all in one. That's confusing, but that's the balance, I guess. I don't look at these holidays as anything special. They are holy days. They got holes in the stories. It don't add up. So yeah, they're holy days, all right.
Yeah, it's holes in the story like Swiss cheese.
Like how can Jesus be the Son of God and his birthday isn't even sure? They're not even sure the true day he was born. I'm like, damn. But you know Hitler's birthday, right? But ain't no George Washington's birthday, for sure.
But the one that watched the windows for George Washington, they don't know his birthday.
And Jewish people be worshiping Satan and don't even know it. And most do, but most don't. I think all religions are, you know, and when I say satanic, I don't mean like a devil. It's more or less like Allah's arm, leg, arm, head. It's pretty much worshiping
the flesh, same thing.
Yeah.
So they will worship the TV flesh.
In religion, they got to put the spookism in it, right? They got to put the fear, the spookiness. Like I'm looking at pictures now of Muslim women. They got to cover their face because the fallen angels will want to lust on them. Like all this fear-based shit. No, men want to lust on you.
It's a typical day for a person excluding the TV and programming. You know, my typical day is sometimes cloudy, sometimes sunny. I might speak to a few neighbors, and that's about it. It's not all that stuff that they put on TV. Like it's freedom of the press, right? They say it's freedom of the press. So I think you had a freedom to be depressed. Like, so you watch.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I think it's right? Because I didn't know how to spell when I was growing up. I didn't know how to spell. I was saying people
fucking Man, I used to hate spelling in school, and I could spell good and stuff. I had a high. They said I had a 12th grade reading and in fucking 5th, 6th grade, but I don't know. School just bored me. I didn't care. None of that mattered to me. All this so-called education, and to be honest, none of it mattered. Like, I didn't care. I knew I wasn't going to college.
I think that's why they gave it to us, so we will be depressed.
Right? Stressing.
Yeah, so we think we comprehend stuff. I call it put me under spell.
The star of Renfrew.
It put me understand how to spell. Now, well, I can't hear BS. I can't hear BS, but now I can hear BS all my life. I tell myself you can understand. People can hear BS all their life.
Just like Trump fucking see, people only looking at him signing that so people could have their alleged freedom of speech back, right? But they're only looking at that one-sided. Yeah, he did that, and they did it purposely. They want people to speak out. They want to see who's who and who's going to say what. Just like in the LA riots, they're trying to get certain people to show face, man. That's they're going to say it's dangerous. We got terrorists in this country. We got to put face recognition system up. We got to scan everyone. Just like with 9/11, look what they put into place. They're going to use the migration of all these immigrants. They're going to use that as a power play and say it's dangerous. There's terrorists. They always use terrorists, right? They're just like they make drug dealers terrorists, but not chomos. I've said this a million times because that's huge. You know, these child molesters can do all that, but they'll get a slap on the wrist, a little year or two in prison. But a drug dealer's a terrorist. You know, he needs to be executed. Watch, they're going to use this whole terrorist thing again to roll out this whole, I forgot what it's called already, I got it saved. I got to look the name up. I think it starts with a P. And if you look at 9/11, September is really the 7th month, right? So it's 7/11. And if you want to get technical, you got building 7 and the 2 towers, which is 11. On the true date is September 11th, not a 9. It's a 7. Right? Sept is 7, if I'm not mistaken. Once you start seeing all their codes and shit, man, you see them everywhere, man. They're everywhere. Sometimes I think I'm going crazy because that's all I see.
Percent, so there's nothing there. There's no such thing. I mean, in the English language it is. But in nature, no name. Like they say this is general. Like you look in the sky, you see the word June. Like you don't see that.
In the case says, over here they're using government petitions to corral the rebels. Huh. Interesting.
Through your speeches, how you walking into it, so you think you comprehend.
That's why I tell people to be careful. Don't. Even Prodigy said it, and I know people have their things they say about rappers and stuff, but there's still messages in their lyrics. Now, I also look at them and think, sometimes they do things on purpose. But yeah, they're trying to get people that are against their they're trying to get them to show face, man. You know, but I don't think the people that stand for the Constitution are that dumb. They already know this. Like the Constitution, yeah, it's the Constitution, but if that Constitution ain't in play, it's going to get a whole lot worse. What would you rather live under, the Constitution or the United Nations?
God.
Well, yeah, but unfortunately, to live under that, sometimes you got to go to war to find peace. I truly, it's like I look at these people as a parasite, right? If you just leave them alone, they're just going to grow. The infection's going to get worse and worse and worse.
But
You
if
got to
people
nip
don't,
that infection in the bud.
but if they don't comprehend it, then none of it is going through. They understood.
Maybe they ain't going to know what's going on, but these parasites are still going to be attacking. Like, look at the UN flag, man. Why is this shit yellow and baby blue? I mean, not yellow, white and baby blue, just like the Jewish flag. That's because the Jewish people made the UN.
But all of that is my TV to me. Now, if I was to or drive something called another state, then I am there. But it's not in the state. I'm in the temple of God. I'm in the truth. The world is a too place. It don't exist.
You're getting, what's up, Jared Jaguar? You're getting muffled a little bit, Yahweh.
Yeah, that part.
It's all right.
Yeah.
It ain't that bad. It goes in and out.
Yeah, try to close out all my apps and stuff.
Like I used to think, man, evil religion. I don't truly like really ask this so-called God for anything, man. You know, for religious people, I think it's up to us to protect Mother Earth, because in reality, we pretty much let all this happen. And I say we because we continue, well, at least we're speaking up. That's better than doing nothing.
They call it Hegelian
Problem, reaction, solution. That's why I said they create the problem, then deliver the solution. Profit off both ends while we fall for the illusion.
Through the people thinking they comprehend.
They profit both sides because they know they're going to profit off either side. They're going to benefit off of any direction you choose. They're benefiting. I get it.
Yeah,
I started to realize they're funding both sides of fucking everything. Trump just pulled the fucking illest okey doke, man. I knew he was gonna do it. he okey-doked all them Trump supporters. Now a lot of them are saying, fuck Trump. It's too late now. He okey-doked mad people. But I don't believe he got in there. He was already chosen by the elite. I think Trump is pretty much the deep state. He is the swamp. You know, and he's just symbolic for the trumpet being blown. And this is the second time they blew the trumpet, man. And this time, the first one was the warning. This is when shit might get critical. Oh, I hope I'm wrong.
It's not those characters on the TV. It's the ones that you see in real life.
I think the real people in power, you don't even see them. They're fucking...
They're in your face.
They be underground.
Which is in your face.
Or fucking on some other lands or somewhere.
No, I think they're in your face. Because the ones that enforce the so-called policies are the ones in your face. The television is a television. And when people vote, they vote for their TV. They call it I don't like vote for your TV. So when you vote for your Samsung, you vote for electronic. You think you might be voting for a character on TV. What's up, Donald Trump? Like Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy in my head look like a real person, but it's really just a TV in my head.
And I also think that fake assassination attempt is playing a big part in them bringing out that technology.
Maybe not.
They're going to use
people voting for AI.
That's going to be the ultimate beast system. AI is going to rule over everyone.
It's been ruling over everyone.
You're probably right. You're probably right on that. You're probably right.
Education is artificial intelligence. Like living intelligence is that's how the word of God. But the bird you see flying in real life is living intelligence. The bird on TV is artificial intelligence. Or to read a story about a bird, it's artificial. So education is artificial. George Washington don't exist. It's an artificial man. As we call it a man. It's an artificial being. It don't exist. I think they programming the people to think artificial, specifically computers. But I think education is artificial. Intelligence. Like my intelligence of George Washington is artificial. It don't exist.
I think they indoctrinate the children. And then once people start finding out shit, when they get the elderly, they put you in a home and they call you, they tell you you have dementia right? Oh, he don't know what he's talking about. He's got dementia. Let's pump him full of meds. He's insane.
Which is
And
the
people
devil.
go for it.
So that's what they voting for, the devil. No man can think of space to walk through. No man can think of a ground to walk on. No man can think of fingernails. Only God can think of these things. No man can think that a tree should have leaves. Only God can think that. Hey, he says your flesh will witness against you. Because can't no man make flesh. Only God can make flesh.
Shit. That's what I gotta do.
Like, who can think that you need oxygen to breathe? Only God can think of that. The living truth is the word of God.
Let's see.
I don't think you got to know how to read to know the truth. It's in your face. Like to step over that mud, right? You don't have to know how to read to step over the mud.
I mean, yeah, a lot of stuff's common sense.
And the truth. The people under spell by understanding how to spell.
All right. One more.
If you're the only one thinking, when did someone give you knowledge of the government? You thought of it yourself.
Knowledge itself is the way to go.
Yeah, know thyself.
Man.
But you're the only one thinking all your life. So I'm the only one thinking all my life.
I hope so.
Yeah, I can't find anyone else to start. So if I find it, I'm the one thinking about I found it. You take sound effects and you mix them up, like the ABC, or tones or letters. You mix these tones up and you get different effects. Like HITS to be hits. And you can switch the letters around and say SHIT. So it's like magic. It's magic to hear different sound effects and you get different emotions and thoughts and ideas just from hearing sound. It's like the occult, right? It's inside of the words. It's a message, but only those that know how to read, I guess, or comprehend it can hear the message. Like it's that which is hidden, which is the occult. Like invisible ink. Like words is invisible ink, and only certain people can hear the message.
Their magic is weak, though. Not that weak, but it's weak. It's weakening. The more people that can see through it, the weaker it becomes.
Yeah, the one man that speaks, they wrote that he spoke about it, that the world is evil. They rejected it. The world is evil.
I'm not trying to convince nobody of anything.
Me either.
They need to look and convince themselves. It's better that way.
hmm Well, the world to me is the globe on the teacher, the Universal Studios logo, and anywhere where it says the world, it's the world, and it don't have no life in it. And I think one is in their senses, if I can call it your senses, or I would call it the truth, which is the word of God. You're not in Kentucky. I don't know where you say you are, but I'm just saying, for example, I don't think you're in Kentucky. You're in your senses, what I call truth, if we can call your senses truth. But I'm using English. The truth. Matrix in the Matrix, he say the world has been pulled over your eyes. The whole time you in the temple or you in being in the world, like where it's really you or me that think I comprehend this 50 states. I made that up. I never seen 50 states a day in my life. I mean, on the world map, I guess it's 50 states. But if you weren't educated, do 50 states exist? Only in the minds of those that had the magic of it. Excuse me.
My bad. Shit boots me out. I had to get these pictures. I sent them from my laptop because I don't like using the laptop too much because this fucks the signal up. And then it's just sloppy. No. I got some random pictures. I wonder what's up with Max. I didn't see him go live. All this technology, excuse me, was in the old world for sure. Even red bricks hold electrical current, which a lot of people don't know that.
Where's the ground? It's the ground stacked on top of it. So.
I was downloading music yesterday, and I came across all these DJ Who Kid old mixtapes. It brought back memories, man. And they're hard to come by. A lot of the old DJ Who Kids. That's when G Unit was like the mixtape fucking masters. Fucking, they're giving me copyright strike for the instrumental I used, which is odd because the instrumental is chopped up. It's not even the original version, but I'm still getting copyrighted on it.
So you the AI acting like you copyright. I'm using it for you. All if you don't never taste your food. Mind, so the world will be planted in your mind. It's on your mind. Nowhere to be. So the whole world moving your mind. Take over your life. Yeah, forgive me, y'all. My device is.
What's up, Not No, Lonnie?
This mic. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I was saying the only place to be is in one's mind. The world moves into your mind because it's the only place to be. Yeah, everything was made for you, like, because you're the only one that ever tasted food. So all restaurants make food for your tongue. All music is made for your ears. All movies made for your eyes. Because you're the only one that can see, hear, and taste. I can't explain hearing to you. I can't explain taste to you or sight. Because you're the only one. So everyone acting like they see the same color and stuff. They everyone acting. When you're the only one ever seen red. You're the only one ever seen color if you see color. So when something name your color, it can control you. And everyone act like they see black and white people and stuff.
I've still yet to meet a black or white person.
The only one color was just the light. It's in their science. They say when you're looking at a green leaf, all the colors of the spectrum go through the leaf and it reflects green or whatever color. So what you're looking at reflects the color, which is only one color. Which is the life or the light. When I was when I was younger, the the sky was the sky and the trees was the same color. Like green and blue is the same color. It wasn't until I got educated that I think I could distinguish green from blue.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Um, Craig Carey, I know what you're talking about. This right here, right? I don't know. We'll find out though.
They lived in teepees.
It says, through the letters look like P and X in the English alphabet. They're actually Chi, looks like an X, and Rho, looks like a P from the Greek alphabet. They also happen to be the first two letters of Christ in Greek Christos. Hence, the Chi-Rho monogram is used as a symbol of Christ, Christianity, and Christians.
They lived in teepees, which is the truth.
So this is the answer that they give. Is it true? I don't know.
The X with a P on it is
I put it in the
body.
chat.
The body can stand in the X with a head on it, which is a P with the X. So they lived in teepees. They traveled in canoes to now. They traveled in what they knew on the nose, what they knew. When you knew, you canoe. When you not know, you now. That's the Canaan culture. So they traveled in canoes on the canal. That's what they knew and what they know.
You muffled.
Yeah, that part.
Let's see. This guy says right here that Albert Pike said, Grand Wizard Albert Pike said, we will use Islam to start World War III. Magically turn them. Shit. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Huh.
Yeah, I think it's that alpha exists, right? It's an artificial name.
All the religious symbols create a square. It's a trap. They're locking you in that prison box. You step on the cross and it closes up. Put you in the box. It's like a squirrel trap. What's up, Native? Peace to London. See, this is the thing I was talking about. I thought September was 8, but that's Octo. October should be the 8th month. And what's interesting about New York loves 7. You know, the gods wear 7 all the time. They say studying 7 under the sun. So, but anyway. Because after 7/11 or 9/11, I think people forget one of the biggest Muslim lodges are in New York City, right? And they're all so-called black Muslims. And a lot of them were under investigation after 7/11. Even Wu-Tang was under investigation by the feds. But I don't think it had nothing to do with that. Maybe it did. But a lot of Muslims are under investigation. I think it's wild that they said Muslims did that. And New York City has one of the biggest Muslim populations. See, the U.S. government is worried about losing their grip.
In your mind?
That's why they want to keep an eye on everyone. Because they know people are figuring out they're tired, they're questioning too much. They got to keep an eye on everyone.
Keep an artificial intelligent eye on things.
Yeah, that's what the eyeball on top of the pyramid really is the camera. That's the all-seeing eye. I tried to make my own symbol. I wanted to make the pyramid, and then I wanted to put a camera spinning at 360 degrees at the top where the eye should be. But I have to find a program. I want to create my own symbol. The 2 Masonic pillars. became one pillar and became a giant dick. That's what One World Trade Center is, a giant penis. It's a giant obelisk. It's Osiris's dick. Yeah. These people love the Egyptian worship. Lady Liberty is really a man. That's why it's called Lady Liberty. It's a lady boy. It's a man disguised as a woman, but it's really the light bringer. You know, I just now noticed that because I've never been to the Statue of Liberty, right? Lady, boy, Liberty. But her foot is, or his foot is chained now. That's a little odd. Just like Lucifer is chained, same foot. That's interesting. The black cube was in the medals of the 33rd Olympics. That's a guy right there. Look at the jaw structure. That's a man. That ain't no woman. You could just tell by the facial structure. Now this I think it's interesting how in the 1890s or 1700s, 1800s, they used to have world fairs. Now, I mean, they still do, but not like that. They got science fairs and all that, but I wonder what these world fairs were about, like stealing people's inventions. Because, like, if you invent anything that's going to fuck with their money, you know, that's why I say it's important we start making free energy devices. Fuck the electric company. Those people have been getting rich off our names long enough, man. Their time's up. They've been getting rich off my name for 44 years. Registering my name is fucking collateral. Well, collateral these nuts. I think this whole dome and the stars and everything, the spinning of the stars, right? Now, I have yet to know if the stars, you know, I have a theory of what they could be. I'm going to see if I can find footage. Let me pull this up. That picture I had yesterday.
When you look at the stars,
Where did it go? Where did it go?
You don't look
I'm
like
gonna pull this up too.
stars don't look like what the real estate stars look like.
You're muffled a little bit.
I do know.
Alright, there you go.
Yeah, I know.
Where the hell is this picture? Pictures. Where the fuck is this thing? Damn, is this far down?
Stars and planets don't look like what the real estate look like. You have to get a telescope and look at it with
Man, this shit. Maybe I passed it. Probably did. Yep, I think I did. I didn't know.
when one look at the stars themselves with a telescope, they can see the truth of the firmament.
Here it is. Like, let me see if I could find. I want to find a good picture of. You know how I was saying yesterday, this could be the sun. Now they're saying this metal ball. The outline you see here, I think someone outlined it so you could see it better. Because I remember the original one I seen, you could barely see the things that were carved into it. But people with really good cameras have not filters, but things to protect the lenses. So when you aim the camera at the sun, it doesn't melt there's something in the camera that'll melt, it'll fuck up. But yeah, good cameras, when you put them to the sun, you see a little black ball in the center of the sun. Directly in the center. And it kind of reminds me of a wireless Tesla. You know the balls that are on the tip of I have to get pictures and show. But just like in between the sun and moon, you got the Aurora Borealis. Anyway, I think the sun might be one of these balls, and maybe because what are all these spheres or balls that were falling out of? They said the stars were falling from the sky. It's the only way I could think of stars falling from the sky. Yeah, plasma balls. Yeah, because Tesla's machines create plasma. I thought plasma was the liquid state of light. It could be wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Plasma in the body is gold.
Because Flat Earth Nation posted
Like
when next time he comes by here, I want to see if he could present his argument of the moon being lit by the sun. because I got to figure out some experiments to do to see if light can travel through the dark sky without being seen. It'd be like holding a flashlight. When I remote viewed, I saw advanced dark glass chandeliers. I've heard so many, man, yeah, moonlight is cold. The moon is very mysterious. Now they're trying to come out and say, I think it was, I seen a quick clip of them saying, they're always talking about people coming from other planets, right? Now, can people come from other lands outside of ours? Yeah. But it's coming from, I don't know. It would be nice if we could start sending up some balloons. You know, I think they stopped people from inventing things because people, you know, from what I see on all the old pictures and writings, like people were so free back in the day. They were flying their own machines everywhere. Like there was no written law to stop people from doing that, right? And if people tried, they would tell them to go fuck themselves. And that's where we need to get. We let these people do what they do. That's the problem. Like I said, a bully don't go away until they get punched in the fucking mouth.
It's through education. You think you comprehend on telling
I don't even need a gun, bro. I just need a Louisville Slugger. And I'm hitting home runs on kneecaps. You don't need any weapon. Just kick the side of somebody's knee. That's all you need to do. Stomp on their crusty toe. And they'd be like, oh.
It's education in the mind of the people.
That's the go-to, man. If you got a big diesel guy, don't let him grab you. Just kick his knee out. Kick it right on the side. Because most of the time, these diesel guys, they only do the upper body workout. Their legs are like fucking toothpicks. Anyway, enough with the violence, right?
It's not the flesh, right? It's the artificial intelligence. Education in the mind of the
people. That movie, Avatar, the way the Titan trees used to be. I think this whole place was pretty much wireless energy, you know.
That's what it's riding on. It's riding on your energy.
Like, it blows my mind that people think these metal balls that are in the sky are fucking from aliens and shit. Like, if people would just research DARPA and military technology, shit, look up ancient technology. The Baharas, I mean, these people, direct energy weapons, the first direct energy weapon was probably a lens in the fucking sunlight. It's about bending light or directing it, you know. If you can direct sunlight, you know how powerful that is.
Which is your eyesight.
Peace, native.
But they
Parabolic
breaking you off.
mirrors, yeah.
It, I say it, not they. The they is the I, T-H-E-Y-E. I or they is, I want to say the devil. It's the evil one. So all the politicians, I assume, are educated. So they all have education in their mind, which is the AI. You take one down, put another up, he's still educated. So they clone the people when they educated the people. 1 + 1 is 2 to all of us, which is cloning. So now people think they can hear their TV telling them stuff. They think they can hear that stuff. It's magic. It's no one talking to you. Like right now. I'm not talking to anyone. I'm at home talking to myself. I call my device Charles Woods or Dom or Canada Army. So when you see the truth, you realize ain't no one on the TV telling you anything. It's your imagination. It's they call it pareidolia, I think, where you think you could see faces, think you can see people faces that's not there, or faces of something inside of things. So when you watch TV, you think you see faces.
I also think the human body's a tower, and you can intercept these radio signals, TV signals. As I've told stories plenty of times.
That's what I'm saying.
My grandfather, I would think of him right before he would call. I would think of him and the phone would ring, it would be him, which is very interesting. And that's happened multiple times in my life, and not just with my grandfather.
Which is you the only one.
Because why can't your mind intercept TV signals?
It does. When you look at the TV, you intercepting it.
I'm talking beforehand, like all right, no, peace. The TV is telling them stuff, even the electric lines are.
Yeah. The corporation is a corp person. Which is a literal corp. So they take minerals from the earth, which is from the giants, their body parts, and they put electricity through it like Frankenstein. And it seems as if it has life, but it doesn't.
Music is liquid architecture. Architecture is frozen music. Bam!
Yeah.
Now that's the Vihara, the Vajra, and the Faraday cage is If you look at Maximilian the First, it's interesting. I seen a video on these the way the swords were shooting frequency, or the old swords were able to shoot frequencies out of them, or electricity. And these suits were created to protect them. It's interesting shit. Look at Odin. He's got a Vajra in his hand. Who else? There's tons of pictures, man. I got over 100 pictures of deities with that weapon in their hand. That weapon will fucking melt brick. Imagine the giants with a magnifying glass. They were having fun melting people.
There were giants in the land in those days and after. So they take body parts from the giants and they build, they call them corporations, which is a corpse person. And they run electricity through like a warehouse with his body part. And it's like Frankenstein monsters. So the corporations are giants. Literal.
He-Man. Oh shit, you're right, Eyes Wide Shut. I didn't think of that. He-Man with a sword. Interesting. Have a good day, Anna.
If there were people on your TV, you wouldn't have one.
Shit, TVs. People should read about MK Ultra, the television and radio.
Which is artificial intelligence. Them artificial people on the TV, I guess there's no people there though. It's artificial. So people's intelligence of what's on TV is artificial. It ain't no life in it. It's dark. Your intelligence of when you walk to your car or when you take a walk in your neighborhood, I guess, it's living. It's life in your intelligence when you go somewhere. When you watching TV or listen to the radio, it ain't no life in it. Or on your cell phone. Like you just sitting there listening to your device. It's no one talking to you like me right now. You call your device Yahweh. or Wayne. Wayne screen. There's no one here with me. I'm talking to myself or my device. I call it y'all. The truth. That's how evil the world is. Like it'll have everyone thinking that he was on the phone saying stuff, and they'll play back with you what they claim is you talking, but it's not you. It's a device. That's not you on that video. That's a Samsung TV, if I can call it that, or whatever type of TV. That's not you in that video. You standing right there. So you be persecuted for you shouldn't do wrong things anyway, but you'll be held accountable for even the good things you do on video. But when they look at the video, that's not you. That's their device. The world evil. Copywriting and all that stuff is foolishness. Cause everything mine. I guess even the copywriting is mine. He's like, I'm the only one thinking this stuff. So they want to take claim to you, like you were saying about the TV signal before watching it. It wants to take claim to that TV signal before you watch it. It's riding on your energy because you're the only one that can see.
Damn, this fucking sucks. Peace, Tammy Lynn. I'm all out of herb. This fucking blows. It blows like the wind. I gotta start growing weed.
That means I am.
Time is it? I'm gonna jump off here at 11, but I'm gonna go live again this afternoon. I think this afternoon the topic's gonna be magic. Magic and alchemy and technology. Oh yeah. Shit. These pictures come up.
Yeah, to think we hear and see people that's not there. It's like schizophrenia, ain't it?
Yeah, schizophrenia, man. They said my uncle was schizophrenic.
Oh, where's
I think that's bullshit. I think they are medicating people up because they're trying to block out somebody's abilities.
Yeah, the fact we hear and see people on the TV or devices, and there's no one there, like right now. Like, the people being induced with schizophrenia. In the world, in education. It's not George Washington on that dollar, that's me. But, you know, through your education, you see a man, I guess, you hear yourself as a man on that dollar. But there's no one there. Pain.
The Trident, the Trinity. I always wonder why I have a theory behind a bident and a trident, the Trinity and the duality. Well, the bident that's a double-pronged pitchfork or whatever you want to call it. It's double-pronged, not like this guy's where he has a trident. I think that's, what's his name? Poseidon. Huh. Damn, that's a Capadonna meant by Flowerhead. Look at that guy over there, woman. Flowerhead.
In the den of pussy, you try to put a den in it. Like, in the den of pussy, you try to den it. Like, it has to be your real life. Like, can't be nowhere but where you are.
shit. I didn't know that lines up in the brain. It's called the Kabbalah.
It's just the face, right? It's not a life. It's in your face.
Lucifer, the false light bearer. Huh. Interesting. So what would be the non-false light?
The truth. Not too late. It's allow you to see the false light. So you see the name Lucifer. Thinking everyone found their device by the sunlight, you know. Thinking, you know. They wake up in the morning, they pick up their device, the sunlight. It's too late.
Here it is right here. Somebody sent me this picture. I remember that. I was 11. Rodney King. But now it's not the so-called black people, it's the Mexican. Any excuse to, you know, the real terrorists are the ones telling you .666. Here's Max. We got Max Vision with the visions in the house. Center of UK ley lines. Yeah, I was downtown the other day in Hartford looking at the buildings that have, like, the Capitol has I don't know what to call it, man. They got the spot where you could go up inside of the dome. As a matter of fact, let me get pictures so I could show y'all. The radius of these buildings, I think these three buildings, I always have my eye on these three buildings because I could tell they're older than what they're telling us. And I could tell they generated their own energy. coming. Whoever's in the back. Good morning, Max.
Good morning. Just woke up, making coffee.
All right. This should be.
I like that. From Rodney King to no king. Right?
Somebody sent me that. It's a good picture.
Yeah. Is it 33 years? Like,
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I guess I was.
That's what I said.
Yeah, I was pretty young then. Holy. I remember that, right? Rodney King.
Yeah, I was 11.
I was 25, 24, something like that. Anyway, yeah. We did a remote viewing of the No Kings. What was it? No Kings Trump birthday. Saturday the 14th. We had Friday the 13th. Now it's Saturday the 14th, where the real weirdness begins. Maybe. We saw all kinds of things in remote viewing last night. Niagara Falls could have something, the Capitol building. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Looked like the world was falling apart in our class last night. All happening today.
Yeah. They're going to bring in... Hold on. They're going to use these incidents to bring in that security, all this technology from
Oh, that's one thing they can do, yeah.
Just like 9/11.
That was Trump's threat, right? Palantir will come in. We'll use the Lavender.
There you go.
To find him.
Palantir, yes. That's the word I'm looking for.
That's right. Yep. Or, hey, they could have riots, which are also causing chaos, which is kind of good. Some division there. That would be good. I like that. But a lot of people are calling out Soros and his money and all these NGOs real time for being involved in this. So, see how it goes.
Oh, my God. Wait till you see what I just found. Oh my God.
What you just found?
Something awesome.
Okay. Right,
hey, I really want to go
soon.
On the Travelers Tower. I really want to go up there, man. There's got to be a way that they could let me up there. I don't see why not.
What's the Travelers Tower? I don't know what that is.
One of my favorite buildings in Hartford.
Oh, okay. Is it like closed now or something? Or?
Oh no.
Huh.
When I show you the picture, you'd be like, "Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about." Wow, where's that? Oh wow.
Travel Lodge.
A standard oil building
in the Travel Lodge.
Let me see here. Why? I want this picture. Hold on. What the fuck?
Be right back. Make my coffee.
All right. Yeah, I'm trying to get. I hate when they do this, man. They gotta make it so they gotta have all this stupid shit in the background of the picture, man. It's so dumb. I got one more building to find. I don't know the name of it, but I forgot which street. Hold on. Okay. There's the building. Hold on, I know someone's in the back.
Hey,
What's up, Craig?
I'm just seeing if this works. Never used it before.
No? Oh, there's the building. What's the name of this fucking building? The M&T Bank. Of course it's a bank building. Of course it is. And Morgan Stanley's leasing, huh? So it's the M&T Bank building. Let's see. Building. Oh. No. What the hell? That's not. Whoa, what's that? What's this? Oh. I'm trying to get this one last building in Hartford. Of course, they're not going to. Give me a good picture of it. Anyway. Oh, it's Goodwin Square. I'll settle for this picture. Alright. I'll settle for that. Now, so there's these 3 dome buildings, really not domed, but
I heard that was a myth, Bax.
all right. Doesn't look like he gave me all the buildings pictures. But look at this picture I found of the building in Hartford.
Oh, wow.
Look what's on top.
That's freaking fancy.
This is from the Hartford Current from a long time ago.
It's called the
And
Current?
that,
Really?
yeah.
Wow. Wonder if it was a power building.
That
would make sense.
This tower is from this building.
Traveler's Tower.
Yeah, this is my favorite building in Hartford.
That's pretty cool.
Then
building.
You got this that has the little, I don't know what to call it, little spot there you can go up into. Then the Capitol, which is not too far from there, has one.
Oh, wow. That's cool. I like the plating on that.
And inside the Capitol, in the dome, for the center, would be Polaris. Also has the 8-pointed star, which I've been talking about. The 8-pointed star is also in Tesla's the copper coil in the, I don't know, I don't think it's the generator part. But there's a big copper piece in this free energy machine that looks, it's an 8-pointed star. It's made of copper. This is the building. It's a better shot. But this is the other building. This is the M.
So
They're
that
kind of
star,
like,
that star is associated with the symbols of Seal of Solomon. Represents unity of the 7 days of the week and the day of rest, Friday in Islam.
so I see the 8-pointed star and so much symbolism.
Yeah.
They use it for Polaris too.
Yeah. Think they use that for controlling demons?
Maybe.
That's what the Seals of Solomon, some of them were for. That's for controlling demons.
And this is also the Capitol. This is zoomed into the dome.
Oh, wow.
And this is zoomed all the way out.
That's the flower of life.
Yeah. This is inside the Hartford Capitol. Remember I showed you the statue of Lucifer standing on the firmament dome that they have in the Capitol. This Capitol, it's got the best of the best. Gold leafing, granite. I'm trying to think of other expensive. There's granite. What's the other one that's expensive? There's granite and something else.
Go to the last picture. I like that one. Let's see if there's anything. That's cool. That's the flower of life.
Yeah, and it says a lot because they're mimicking the firmament dome, I think.
Yeah, and then they put a Seal of Solomon on it.
Mm.
They took the flower of life, put the Seal of Solomon on it to control it.
You see like how there's a hole there in the firmament? You ever see the old school pictures of like God sticking his hand through that hole?
No.
Reaching down.
That's cool.
Or you got his head sticking through it. Like I'm gonna compare that to a lot of, I'm gonna make a collage. Because it says a lot. I mean, I don't know what they're trying to symbolize. Maybe the hand would be plasma coming down. I don't know. But this is the gem.
It's kind of like a planetarium.
Yeah, go back again. I was counting the number of, I think it's 12 peaks it's got on this.
Yeah,
part
12.
around the dome.
Yeah, the 12 zodiacs. Yeah.
Yeah. 12 cranial nerves, zodiac. Yeah. Yeah, there it is.
And it's called the dome. Would you say the 12 cranial things? That's crazy because it is called a dome, like your dome piece in your head.
It is, yeah.
And Polaris would be the throne of God, which is your third eye. Or your third eye is also projects.
Yeah, they chalked up a lot of symbology on here. Yeah, that's the crown chakra. The flower of life is the symbol for the crown chakra, too.
I got more good pictures of technology and the stars. Hold on. Where did they go? Yeah, we got Craig Carey. Craig Carey.
Yeah, Carey.
I got these pictures too, which are interesting because I was reading a lot of. I've read at least 6 or 7 Manly P. Hall books. You know, I like a lot of his work. Yeah. Look at this picture I found. Like it's a hologram machine, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's supposed to be Polaris and it's projecting our realm. But I also found this, which they do say a lot of that's supposed to be Solomon's temple. Then you got St. John's Cathedral, and then you got Amiens Cathedral. And if you read a lot of the old books, especially Manly P. Hall, he explains how a lot of architecture mimics the realm we're in, you know, whether it be the dome or the firmament, it mimics the human body also.
Yeah,
which is very
Abydos
interesting
as well. There's almost every huge structure from the ancient world does have some representation of the human. It's really cool. That's a cool picture.
In this building, you could see right in the front there that archway with the two. It's got two, like, I don't know. People could go in there. That's the entrance way to the Capitol. Remember, I was showing you that, Max, and it has two towers there. It's like behind the trees. You could barely, well, you could see it, but that's like a tower that soldiers probably walked on.
Yeah, I remember that. Used to be over a river. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the moat is fucking this, and whoever built that Capitol, like I've said, obviously knew that the area flooded because they put the fucker right on top of the hill, right where, right below it is flooded, but it never touched the Capitol or the castle. But that, man, what's another expensive stone? You got granite, and then there's can't think of that other one. Not slate. Slate is cheap.
Rose quartz is one thing they use a lot.
They make countertops out of it too.
No.
It's granite, and but either way, the Capitol has the best of the best, man. I think all the steps and the floors are made of heavy ass granite. It's all polished perfectly. All the brickwork or mason, it's all done by Supreme Mason work, masons.
Yeah.
All the way down to all the statues that are on the Capitol. I mean, to me, I'll always say this: out of all the Capitols, it's the best one. Damn, what happened to the?
Don't forget they polished all that granite without a buffing wheel. They did it by hand.
Yeah, that's amazing. It makes it more amazing. There it is. It's got all these statues. I think there's 12 statues going all the way around.
Yeah. Yeah, I see 6. So, yeah.
And I think the gold, that's real gold too. Gold leaf.
Gold leaf isn't that expensive. Well, it is expensive, but you know, it's relatively cheap because it's so thin.
I just, man, I never got to see inside of there until this picture. See, there's people there. I mean, look at that, man. Like, who would not to use this part? And you could even go higher too. That's the lower part. Like,
Or show the Hartford County PTA or something, or
this is in New York. This building. This, yeah. I think that's New York. Yeah, that's New. No, that's Hartford. This is the upper level. That's right. This is above this. That's what I mean. They're on the lower part here. You could go up a level and be up there, which is up here. See, not many people have used this picture. I've seen tons of pictures of this building, but never this one. And this got the instruments on it. That's pulling electricity for sure. Static electricity. Man, I would love to go. There's got to be an elevator or stairs. Even that clock tower I showed. The argument is that a guy donated that clock tower. So that's all they say. They don't say that there was a building beforehand. They just say he donated the clock tower. Like, there's a lot of clock towers then, because churches all have the same. I don't know. They just make these stories up, I think. But I wonder if all the capitals have this. If not, it makes Hartford Capitol even more precious. So I don't think all capitals have this.
I
Maybe
don't think so.
Philadelphia might. I think
Oh,
I'm
good
gonna
morning,
take a
Greg, by
bus.
the way.
To take a bus down to New Haven, Connecticut. So I can.
Do you think in the
explore.
top that was just an observation deck, or was there supposed to be a bell up there, or what's going on with that?
I think it had to do with the free energy that they would go up there, and I don't know how. I have pictures that show the process through the tower. I'll pull it up, but other than to go up there and look, I don't. I can't see any other reason. Let me see. I'll pull this picture up. I don't know how true this is. I'm not saying it's set in stone, but
Could be really healing to go up there.
shit. I would love to go up there. I'm going to look into it to see what I have to do to go up there. Maybe make a $50 donation.
Yeah.
I'll be like, just give me 10 minutes.
Is it a hotel?
I think it's an office building now.
No.
I think it used to be a hotel. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
Damn, where is this picture? I'm gonna show you guys. It should be close because jeez. I haven't realized I have this many freaking pictures.
Right, Anna? That's a good one. Yeah, find out how much
There
they
it is.
charge, and then if done, we can all chip in a little bit. Get you up there. It's a hotel you could stay a night, maybe.
This is the picture here. Copper, mercury, the harmonizer, the resonator, the frequency, then the storage. How true this is, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it sure did have all them copper balls on that thing.
A lot of them, like the old churches, apparently had a big iron cable that came down from the middle of that. To me, that makes sense because of the positive outside and the negative inside.
And it's not hard either to pull energy, static electricity. It's not. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
They just make it seem difficult because, like I always say, man, that 13-year-old boy, if that story is true, they don't care who you are, what age you are. They will make something happen, and you will go poof, and you're so with your invention, poof.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't know what happened to him. He ate some food and had an aneurysm in his brain, and his invention disappeared. But those people don't scare me. They want you to be scared. They don't scare me. That's why they are where they are now, because people are scared of them.
I wonder what storage is. Is that like a battery bank or like a data center? Or?
That's why I want to go in there to, see what's left over. Maybe get an idea of record, or even if they took things out, fucking, you'd be able to tell, unless they did a good job covering it up.
Yeah.
which some of these buildings, you know, some of these old, when I look at old pictures of Hartford, it's like every building was connected. You know, the old look, like, and I think that's for a reason that all these buildings were connected, because I found out that red brick holds an electrical charge, which is very interesting.
Yeah, red brick's got a lot of iron in it. Iron oxide. So,
Right. I was thinking that. Yep. Did I think iron, or I forgot what metal I was thinking of with it being red, how it creates a current. I mean, yeah, I had these pictures set because even if, you know, I personally think the ground is like a big copper coil, and that's why there's ley lines, or they even call gold parts, they call them gold veins.
yeah.
Yep.
Which is like a ley line or a wire.
Yeah. The red is the rust from the iron. It's going back to its natural state.
Where's this picture?
Hi, Hurricane. Good to see you.
What's up, Hurricane? You're gonna need a pooper scooper. Here's what they doing to you. That fucking song is embedded into my brain. God, man, what the fuck? Here it is. Here's one picture. I'll show you the 8-pointed star I was talking about in Tesla's machine. So this is just my theory I'm going to jump off the cliff with. Because I think even at the center, like this, would be a Tesla coil. And at the center is what somehow is creating this energy.
Yeah.
This is Tesla's invention here, but that would be copper. And that's an 8-pointed star right there, which is interesting. But this also reminds me of this. A giant tree stump. Because even this, the mountain at the center reminds me of a giant tree stump. Eight-pointed stars. But yeah, it's just my theory on all this. That's why there's ley lines everywhere and deposits of copper and gold. Because I think they used to be used, like these titan trees absorbed some sort of energy. I could only imagine how this realm looked with trees that went up to the stars, and fucking this place must have been, I'll say, magical until they decided to, we got the leftovers of this place. You know, we got so much of the leftovers to the point where look what they got to do to get energy. They done cut everything down, poisoned all the water. Fucking, man. These parasites are something else, man. Like I say, they're like roaches. Look at them as roaches. If you don't exterminate this house, these roaches are just gonna multiply.
Well, I'm looking at that tower and I'm like wondering, is it sending or receiving? Or both?
Which one?
The tower in Hartford there.
Oh. I think receiving.
And is it electricity or communications or?
I would say electricity. Pretty much electricity.
Yeah,
Not
but
to
they
say
can
that you
use
don't have
electricity
home
for
limits out.
communications, for healing, all kinds of things. I agree with you there, Craig. I think it's a multi-purpose.
Yeah.
Dean had a good point with the healing centers. What would we be healing from, right? Now, this dome, like, I just heard some theories about the moon. Like, they were trying to say the moon is what saved the earth. Like, these people say anything, man.
I don't believe that.
You know, it sounds good, but it's like they know. Like, they said, the native Hopi stories tell a story of the land before the moon.
Yeah, and then the moon came along and fucked shit up. That's what I think happened. I don't like the moon. I wish we could get rid of it. I think it limits the pineal, regulates women's menstrual cycles. Has an effect on people's mood all over the place.
Huh.
Well, that's why they say it's female, right?
Yeah. It's called sin, which in archery means to miss the mark.
Sin, Satan. Every time I see red, black, and white, I start to think, is that Satanists? That's their colors, red, black, and white.
Oh yeah. That's an interesting theory, Hurricane. Yeah, they could have been weapons to destroy the old world.
Yeah.
It could have been like Tesla Tower weapons or something.
Somebody wanted that technology to do evil with it. So they had, like, even I was watching, what's his name? From Australia, Autodidactic. He has this woman on there, and she was talking about the cymatics in these forts, these star forts, and how most of the star forts are along a coastline. And she was explaining, if you look at the coastlines of all the continents, right, a good amount, like, are broken off into the ocean. And she said that was created by something, like, created a overload.
Yeah.
Because this whole realm, you know, was running on this free energy, but they somehow overloaded it, and it just went haywire. I mean,
there's the one pyramid in Egypt that looks like it exploded. It's got like shattered quartz all over.
Like now,
could be.
I just seen a video of an African guy coming out talking about the Egyptian pyramids, but all these years I've never seen any African people come out and say they built those pyramids. Now all of a sudden
Oh, yeah.
I don't think aliens built them, not at all. People rather give credit to aliens than the ancestors of all people. Like, look at the Mexican.
The oldest mummies in Egypt are red-headed people, red-headed Caucasians. The
That
oldest mummy.
reminds me of Irish people.
Yep.
Well, alien, a lie.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. I've been wanting to make a shirt for that for a long time. I have a bunch of ideas for shirts. One of my ideas already was stolen. The land of the free, home of the slave.
yeah,
Somebody already took that and ran with it. Whatever. The Mexican pyramids in Mexico. I mean, look at how Mexican people work with bricks and mortar. They're really good with it. And look at the Mexican. I mean, they even were masters of sound too. Like, you clap your hands. I seen a video of the guy clapping his hands and how it echoes off these pyramids. That wasn't by a mistake either. These people knew what they were doing. Just like a baseball stadium echoes.
Yeah, those Mexican pyramids are neat. Some of them, they say, are like, they started off as like a house, a stone house, and then they just kept adding layers over it. Just kept building it up over the years.
I remember seeing a video of them building the pyramids. They were talking about that, and they were showing them with a big old glass where they took the sunlight and magnified it to melt the rock for the granite inside.
Yeah. It's a neat idea.
I mean, there's no telling, but sounds like what they might have done. I don't know.
Maybe.
Or they just went to home.
They did have huge pieces of glass. They found like a 12-foot by 6 foot by 3 foot thick piece of glass. I could have been used to make a big optical thing.
Or they went to Home Depot and just got 1 million bags of Quikrete.
Yeah.
Geopolymer? Could be a geopolymer.
Yeah.
The Egyptian pyramids, there's just something about them. And the word Egypt, you know that saying, you got gypped?
Yeah.
The whole out of Africa, they glorify those Egyptian pyramids too much. And I don't know, the whole out of Africa theory is with their wooden ships and all that nonsense.
You've seen how many pyramids there are in China. They're all over the place. There's way more there than almost anywhere else. They just hide them.
Russia's got a couple that are huge.
Yeah.
Shit, there's pyramids in Wisconsin. There's pyramids in Idaho. There's mounds all over the place.
Yeah. My theory on the building of the pyramids is they just use giants.
Right. At least someone.
A big guy to do it.
Not many people agree with me with giants, but that's all right.
Yeah, that's fine.
Giant. A giant ant.
The ant people are the Hopi.
Yeah, they came out of the ground because the laboratory was under there.
Yeah, they saved the Hopi people and let them out after the cataclysm. That's the story, anyway.
What are you cutting sheetrock?
Who?
Craig. He's
Oh, I
cutting
ain't
sheetrock.
cut. Nope.
Oh, that's what it sounds like.
The drywaller?
Nothing going on here. It's quiet.
I don't hear about your tools or nothing. Yeah, we got dwarves, yeah.
It's fucking raining here again today. It rained like 80% in the last 2 months. 80% of the days it's been raining.
It's the coldest spring I've ever experienced.
Yeah. It's fucking been spraying the skies like crazy, man.
Okay, so you want to go into chemtrails?
Huh?
You want to go into chemtrails?
No, they're all
Hell
over my
yeah.
skies. It's a gray sky up here.
Fucking, we got to start shooting those things down.
Yeah. We need some
Fuck
high-powered lasers to take those planes down.
Yeah.
Well, from a commercial airline standpoint, the only way it can be happening is the fuel. It's got to be in the fuel.
Well, a lot of them just get outfitted with flares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when an airplane touches down, first thing we do, we go up to it and we walk around it 100% on the ground. Everything I can see from the ground, I look at.
Yeah.
The tires, the wings, the fuselage, everything. And we go all the way around it. And when it's on the ground, there's no secret fairies coming up and putting something in it or anything.
Yeah.
And it's not outfitted with secret compartments holding stuff. There's nowhere to put it. I mean,
yeah, I've heard controversy over that. Some people, like in the industry, are saying that they don't put it in the jet fuel, but people like Dane Wigington, Geoengineering Watch, he says they do. I've seen people confront pilots that use flares, and they admitted that they do flaring. So I don't know. There could be military planes doing it, like unregistered.
That's the way I look at it. It could be military. That's the only thing it could be if it's not in the fuel.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like a Boeing 767 will hold 190 pounds, 190,000 pounds of fuel.
Yeah. So not a lot.
I've never loaded one with more than 45,000. I've never seen more than 45,000. So they never go up to capacity, because if the plane takes off, it's got to be a certain weight to land. They have to burn it all.
Yeah. Well, they don't just use planes. There are boats they have that can do it too.
Yeah.
They've got giant boats for that. And land units, land-based units.
And if it is in the fuels, that mean in the fuel, it's in the cars, it's in the trucks. It's everywhere, right?
Yeah, if it's in fuel, they would put it pretty much everywhere, you know. It could be that, just micro amounts compiling up.
But you go out to the airport and you step outside, you smell rubber and the kerosene. That's all you smell, right?
Mm-hmm.
Except for around 9, 10 o'clock at night, we used to always smell some skunky weed smoke, like blowing in from somewhere.
I find the aluminum smells sweet to me. If you're ever wondering, like I don't know why, but aluminum actually has a sweet smell to it. So you'll know if they're spraying that.
Huh. Anyway, interesting part. The first thing you learn when you're working on an airplane is the landing gear tires. When you change them, when they're empty, they weigh like 400 pounds. When you fill them with air, they're like 600 or 700 pounds. So you can turn a tire up on itself if it's empty, but if it's full of air, it's too heavy. You need help.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
the air is compressed to 220 pounds, so
Yeah.
it weighs a lot,
I suppose.
a whole lot. It's like the first time I saw that, I was like, "Holy cow! I never knew air weighed anything."
Yeah, I worked in a tire company for years. I didn't know that.
No,
I
when
gotta
it's
look
that
that
big,
I gotta look that up.
when it's that big and it's compressed, it's got weight to it.
Yeah, they compress, all kinds of gases to make liquids and stuff. Oh, that's cool. I'm gonna check that out.
They're definitely spraying something though. Yeah, I heard the compressed air theory too. But these lines they're spraying, they sure do make the cloud. Something's going on because if it was compressed air, it wouldn't spread out and become cloudy. It would disappear.
Yeah.
But that's not happening. They're spraying something, and it's literally clouding the sky after the lines are there, and then it spreads out and becomes cloudy. I mean, something's going on. Because I
Well, the
thought
thing
about that compressed air would just disappear after.
What I've always noticed is when somebody's out there filming these airplanes going by, you'll see like they're all proportional. Like you'll see one plane going by with 4 engines and they'll be shooting out a trail, and then the next plane will go by with 2 engines shooting out a trail. So it's consistent. It's not like one's going by shooting something out and the other one's got nothing.
Yeah. They do little
I
tricks up here
got
too.
that on
They
video.
turn it off and on up here. I've seen them do dots in the sky, turn circles. So they did a big horseshoe shape. That was cool.
I got a video in February. I showed it where the skies were sprayed, and because I don't live but maybe a half hour from an airport, so they're always flying over pretty low. And this plane wasn't nothing coming out. And it's February. It's cold.
Yeah.
So nothing was coming out of the plane. I got a video of it. So I don't know, because I thought I've seen planes not spraying. I've seen planes that are spraying. I've probably seen it all.
Yeah, the ones without persistent chemtrails are very rare up here.
Mm-hmm.
And usually they're flying up so high you can't really see them, most people.
Yeah, I've seen some real high up, man. You could barely make out anything. I've seen some that look see-through.
I saw some that look like they don't have windows. That makes me think of the military.
Or it could be a drone.
Yeah.
Drone. You could have a 747.
Oh, yeah.
You could fly a 747 like a drone. You could fly anything like a drone.
Yeah, I think when you guys were having all those drones over you, they were switching from land-based systems to satellite systems. I don't have any confirmation on that, but that seems to be what they were doing, switching the guidance systems from the land-based ones up to the satellites.
Yeah, I gotta find that video. It's pretty old, man. It's a few years old. It's somewhere in my shorts. No, not my shorts. It's pants. Short videos.
So anyway,
hi, OT.
If you're a pilot, the 2 biggest skills, in my opinion, are being able to listen to the radio, send and receive, and follow directions. Because you don't go anywhere or do anything that you're not permitted to.
Yeah, you got to stick to your flight path. So
all that shit is tower. All these like planes are pretty much flying on their own. GPS on towers.
Yeah, autopilot's used a lot.
Yeah, it wouldn't be hard. I remember one time one of the lights went out in the autopilot, and the captain complained because like there's 2 lights in there on the switch and only one was working. I said, well, if you want to write it up, I'm gonna have to disable the autopilot. He's like, oh, never mind. Because if you got to fly that plane without autopilot, that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
You got to watch all the parameters yourself and do everything.
Yeah.
It's no fun.
They get paid.
A lot of
good,
those
too.
flights are really long. I'd hate to sit there with my hands on a fucking steering wheel for like 8 hours. That'd drive me nuts.
People say there's no way they can hide land. Yeah, all these ships and planes will do the same routes day in and day out.
Yeah.
It's not like they
Oh,
fly
absolutely.
and take their own route. You got the same route every time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Going across the Atlantic, there's only like 3 spots they do it. I mean, they have to do whatever. They follow the route and they can't deviate from it.
Yeah. It's a good
You
way to
lose
hide.
your job fast.
Yeah, I think there could be. I've heard there could be a big continent in the North Atlantic there. That'd be cool.
Yeah, Moo. Didn't it used to be Moo or something like that? I think they're hiding all sorts of land. You know, this alleged ice wall or desert or whatever the land looks like. I think that this plane. I just think there's so much shit that's being hidden. I even think the rich people got continents out there for themselves. Like, they just keep everyone within a certain parameter.
Yeah.
And everything else is for them. By them keeping this lie going and being the Lord of the Rings, all for them and none for us. And that's how they like it.
Hey, nobody knew about North America for thousands of years, right?
Yeah. They say.
Well, maybe North America was a different civilization living independent of everybody else.
Yeah, some people think it was the Western Roman Empire.
Yeah.
The Romans were here. That'd be far enough back that, you know, you could bring it back up again as, you know, a new world in the 16 or 1500s or whatever. New discovered land.
I got to jump off here in like 15, 20 minutes.
All right.
But I'll probably go live later in the evening. Or I'll see if someone else is live. I know you go live tonight, Max.
Yeah, I got a class later tonight. Yeah.
Well, like 11, right? That's not
Yeah.
way later.
I might do a chat show this afternoon. I want to keep
What
an
do you
eye
think?
on the news today to see what transpires with all the excitement going on around us today.
Yeah, those riots.
Well, they're protests so far. Well, riot protests.
Yeah.
They're going to go down there and do whatever they can. They already have face recognition and all that. They just don't. If they're like hinting that they want to put it in play, they've been using it because, like I said,
Well,
in
yeah,
New York City in 2016, 2015, they were already scanning irises for
they're
cameras.
going to
and
get you
stuff
to
like
agree. They want you to agree to it, to have that system up, even though they already showed you part of it. They showed you the phone part of it. What they didn't show you was the body recognition, that they can recognize everybody everywhere without technology on them.
So they can, I could take your picture right now in Google.
Yep.
Hit the square, it'll scan it, and everything about you will come up.
Yep.
So it's already there.
Yep.
That's how the police find anything out about you. They'll find all your YouTube, your Facebook, your Instagram, whatever you got, it'll come up.
Have you
And
seen?
you can use whatever names you want. They're going by your face. It's not going by names.
Yeah.
So
Oh no, it's not even going by that. It's going by your digital twin.
it's going by what?
Your digital twin. Facial recognition is all
Yeah.
to your digital twin.
Well, I saw some kid and he had like a face mask and stuff.
Yeah.
But above his eye, he had a tattoo. And it's like, what's the point? You just gave it all away.
Exactly.
Yeah. Even on your hands, scars, anything,
Yep.
you better cover them up.
Earlobes will do. I don't know if you've seen this, Craig. You want to share a screen? I'll show you how easy it is for them. Yeah, look at this. This is disturbing. This is the technology.
Wow. Accountable infrastructure central command platform.
Watch
If you
this.
can't, put a link for this when you're done.
Yeah. So it's a human surveillance preview. They have other surveillance they can do. They can surveil animals, all kinds of things.
The Central Command Platform gives key decision makers easy access to advanced surveillance options. Using the icons at the top, we can toggle the visibility of the subjects we want to view. We'll tap the human icon to activate their visibility. This gives us a real-time view of all the subjects in our jurisdiction. Let's use the search bar to
So that's everybody. That's just by your biosignature.
find a specific subject. Here, we can search by typing in the name of a subject or search with an image of the subject's face. First,
Right? So they can just use your name or a picture, you know, and it'll find you. It knows what the name of everybody out there is.
let's try typing in the name of our subject. In this case, there were two people with the same name found in our jurisdiction. We can tap a subject's live location to see more details. We can now see the live
Right there, you can see they're using the W band. The device they're using is the W band down on the bottom there.
Wow.
That's the interconnection between us and machines.
That's interesting.
Wide body area network. So that's what they're using, not your phone, nothing like that. It's just your DNA. No nanotech required, nothing. Because we send and receive signals constantly. Our bodies produce energy. So
that's why they wanted our blood, to put it in this computer.
Oh yeah, that goes in your DigiTwin. Yeah, absolutely.
No, we need to kill these people, man.
location and source details of the person we tapped on, with options to see more details to help us determine if this is our subject. To search by face, let's say we have an image of the subject. We can source this from a surveillance integration or by manually uploading an image. Using face search, we can find the exact person who matches the face of our subject. Let's say our subject is suspected of committing a crime last night. We can use the AI chat to see where he was at the time of the crime. The chat will respond.
So they have the ability to go back in time as well, up to 50 years, according to Mr. Mission, to 95, as far as I know, to 1995. They have all the data of where you've been, what you've been doing, what your heart rate is, who you've been around, everything. So they're checking out how what this guy was doing last night at 9 p.m. So it's going to track him down at 9 p.m. last night.
And show us the exact location on the map. Let's say we have a crime report that tells us the suspect fled the scene at 9:30. Let's use the timeline tool to go to exactly 9:30. We can see that it matches the report. He's leaving the bar. Let's see where he is right now by using the timeline tool to go back to live. We can use the chat to automate the next steps, such as requesting an arrest warrant and sending units to the area once we receive it. The chat will automatically create an action plan and execute the plan for you as soon as you give the approval. It'll notify the relevant parties, execute according to your department's protocol, and custom integrations with your current services, allowing you to keep your jurisdiction safe and secure right from the palm of
It's
your
against
hand.
our
With this,
Constitution and rights. Yep.
So
People better wake the fuck up, man.
what about your
People are-
privacy rights? Right? What about your
Yeah.
privacy rights?
Those are gone. People be like, oh, I don't care, man. I ain't doing nothing wrong. That's people's
Yeah, right,
attitude
fools and tools.
today.
They're using our body biofield for the internet, and we still pay for it. That kind of pisses me off.
What really pisses me off is how most people don't give a shit.
Yeah.
You know?
But you know, where are these missing kids? Because you know where every one of them are.
Right. That's a good fucking point, Max. Wow. Yep. Where are these missing children? They don't want to find them because it'll really expose a lot. They're probably in a politician's basement somewhere.
Oh, we put out an Amber Alert. Oh my God, we're having so much trouble finding these kids. Oh my God.
Dude, that needs to be brought up in the case. If they use this evidence on someone in the case, we need to keep bringing that up. Well, why can't you find these children? You could tell me what I did 3 years ago, but you can't find the children.
Exactly. Yep. Murders also, right? Yeah. Why
They didn't
why is
catch
any
King
crime
Kong.
why is any crime unconvicted? You know?
Yeah.
Because they're hiding this from us. They don't really want you to know about this. This is only available to government and organizations approved by I don't know who. I forget who's approved by this company. So probably an offshoot of the CIA or FBI.
I guess you will be judged when you die. They'll know everything you did.
Yep. Yeah, you never had privacy, fools and fools.
We could have privacy,
We could.
but people are too comfortable, man. They don't want to lose a little bit of comfortability. They're
Well,
going to regret it.
They can offer us the same connectivity and stuff like that without going through our bodies. But, you know,
They're going to regret it.
there are different
It's
ways
too
of doing
late.
it well that aren't as damaging, but they don't offer as much control and surveillance. Like magnetic communication, light communication, they can be non-damaging, but right now they use them in damaging ways. Magnetic communication is way faster than electric anyway.
I talked to someone the other day about a lot of things, and the guys in his 60s, and his attitude sucked. He was like, I'll be dead anyway, so I don't care. And I didn't really say much. I was just, in my mind, I was like, this is why we're in this position, because attitudes like that. Oh, I don't care what happens to the youth or anything. I'll be dead, man. So who cares? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
That's selfishness.
I have a little bit of a selfish bent to it too. I hope to come back here and have another life, so I want it to be a cool place. I don't want it to be a shithole. I believe in reincarnation, so for me, making it good for my children and is making it good for myself too.
Oh man, this is a terrible way to live life. And they sell the package of like, it's for your own safety. Yeah, my safety. I worry about my safety more from the government than my own neighbor. Like, I'm not worried about my neighbor that has 180,000 guns. It's not, you know, they trying to make it look like guns are terrible too. That's going to be the next thing they're going to have to take is guns.
Yeah. That's been a hard fight in the U.S. They just say they're going to do it in Canada, but then they never come up with the money to actually go and get the guns or anything, or do a program to do it. They just take all the money. So all the guns that they've banned are actually still out there because nobody's turned them in and they haven't gone and gotten them.
Too much of America's lost in the sauce, man. Most people are just so dumb, deaf, and blind, man. It's not even amazing. It's just disappointing.
I think they're waking up. I think they're starting to understand.
America used to be such a.
Might be too late, but they're starting to wake up.
Back in the days, this shit would have never happened. America has become soft.
Well, it was a frog in water, right? Situation, right? They slowly, over time, rolled us down, made us complacent. You know, it was well planned. It was well planned. You know, I'll give them that. They really planned it well. Like even this whole thing here, they've got two outcomes that they would like: either total chaos or AI surveillance, right? But there's no Trump thing.
I don't need the government to protect me. I don't need the government to do anything.
Yeah.
I just want to live life.
No, government should be watching your roads, your infrastructure, and defending the country. That's all they should be there for. They shouldn't be in your business, in your house, in your body. Get out my body.
All right. Well, I might as well jump off here now.
All right.
Thanks for coming by, Max and Craig. And Yahweh came up too. Who else? I think that's it for today.
All right.
Yeah. Anyone else come up? No. And peace to everyone in the chat. They're putting haze in front of the moon. They've been spraying at night when the full moon. When the what? Oh, okay. Yeah, they've been spraying at night for a while. Dwarves. All right, everyone. I'll go live later. Maybe around like 5 or something. But peace out. I'll see y'all next time. And have a great day. Appreciate you all, and I'm out of here, man.